Good morning children. Today we have come to the 4th class lesson, Social, the Northern Plains. Previously we have done about India, about the globe and all the different places. Yes children, we have completed all this. So you know now where are the Himalayas. You know in the map also you could see all the Himalayan ranges and the places. So today we are talking only about the Northern Plains children. So we are talking about places like Punjab and Haryana. Yes. So first we will start with the meaning. A plain is a broad flat area of land. So they are called Northern Plains. It's just a flat land. The Northern Plains are so called because they are located in the northern part of the country. So they are located on the northern part of the country. This is the reason they are called Northern Plains. So where is the location? The Northern Plains are an extensive area, means very vast area is there, very big area. Wherever you see, you will see flat land. They lie between the Himalayas in the north and the plateau region in the south. So in the Himalayas, between the Himalayas and the plateau in the south. So in between this, you will find lot of northern plain area. This area is called the plateau region in the south. So this is like this. Extent. The northern plains of India formed by the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra rivers. Yes, there are 3 rivers here. The Indus river, the Ganga river and the Brahmaputra rivers. They extend from Punjab. So you can see Punjab here. They can extend from Punjab here. So from the Punjab in the west to the Assam in the east. So Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Uttaranchal, Bihar, Assam and West Bengal. This whole area. So children, you can see the different area. The extent from Punjab in the west to the Assam in the east. Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Uttaranchal, Bihar, Assam and West Bengal are part of these plains. They stretch 3,200 kilometers. Very long distance children. Yes. They extend all along from the foot of the Himalayan mountain. So when you see a big Himalayan mountain, at the base, the foot of the Himalayan mountains, from there to the top, the Himalayan mountain rim, and the width varying from 150 to 300 kilometers. The whole area from the mountain and the base completely up to West Bengal. This whole area is spread out 3,200 kilometers. So the northern plains are 3,200 kilometers. Very, very long area children. Now let us learn about the rivers. So how many rivers are there here? At least 3 or 4 are there. So an important features of the northern plains is that they have inflows of perennial rivers. So that means you can say from the mountain area some of the rivers will start or begin. And from there you will see all the rainwater, ice melting and everything, and they will start coming from there. From the Himachal area, they start spreading to the other countries downward. So the rivers are 4. You have Indus river, the Ganga, Yamuna and the Brahmaputra. So we come across the 4 rivers which are flowing from the top, from the Himalayan sides. The Indus, the Ganga, the Yamuna and the Brahmaputra. So children, these rivers are very, very important perennial rivers that flow from that height area, from the base or from the top of the Himalayas to the places of Punjab and all that. These plains are formed by the Himalayan rivers which brought an immense amount of silt or the alluvium. So when the rivers are flowing from the top level, they bring along with them some sort of soil which is very, very good for fields. So you can say they are very important rivers. These rivers which are flowing from the top. So what are they doing? They are forming the plains. That means when the soil is coming from higher areas, they form an area, land, a formation of good soil, which is very important for all the crops to grow. Yes, I am sure you will be remembering very simple point. What does lot of crops grow in Punjab and Haryana? Just like you have in Andhra Pradesh and south side, some crops will grow more, but in north, wheat. Yes, wheat grows more in the north side and rice grows more on the south side. This is the most common point everybody can remember. So south side people will be eating lot of rice. So they tend to eat rice and sambar and all that. But north side lot of wheat production is there. The land is very nice, which is coming from the Himalayas because of the rivers. The land which is formed has soil which is rich where wheat grows very well. So you will find many people from the north side eating only chapatis. Yes, so this is the most common point everybody can remember. So what happens from the river? When the rivers are flowing down, they bring silt or the alluvium soil. It is called alluvium soil. This soil and plus silt also. So the upper layer of the soil and the base soil layer will start flowing in the rivers and get embedded into the plain areas of these places. So what happens when the soil is formed? The soil is settled down beside the river and the river becomes river area, the beds and the local area becomes very fertile to grow wheat crops. So alluvium is deposited by the rivers, made these plains, they make it very fertile. These plains are the world's largest and they form the most fertile delta area. Since these plains are very fertile, they are known as the food bowl of India. So this area is so fertile that you can grow lot of wheat crops, very good soil for growing lot of wheat. So this is called the food bowl of India because lot of wheat grows very plenty. It can supply to not only India, it has so much of extra wheat and everything they can supply to other countries also. So that is why it is called a food bowl where lot of food is produced. The northern plains of India comprise of 4 parts from the west to the east. They are the Punjab and the Haryana plains, the Rajasthan plains, the Ganga Plains and the Brahmaputra plains. So children, there are 4 different plains. You can see here, these are the 4 different areas it is separated into. But the whole thing is completely one big vast land. The Punjab and the Haryana plain. We will talk about the first point now. The Punjab and the Haryana plain is drained by the river Ravi, the Beas and the Satluj. So you can find 3 different rivers here. So what happens? All the rivers which have come here are called Ravi, Beas and Satluj. It begins from the west bank of Yamuna and it merges into the plains of Pakistan on the west. So the rivers which is originating in the Himalayan area goes from that area into our India also and it reaches the Pakistan also. So the rivers from the top, Ravi, Beas and Satluj. It begins from the west bank of the Yamuna and merges into the plains of Pakistan on the west. In this plain, the Bakra Nangal project was built on the river Satluj. So there is a dam. So why are the dams built, children? You know, this dam is very important. The dam is a big size of building formed where the water can be stored. So this storage tank like thing, it will stop the water and then allow the water to flow. You can store the water also and you can allow it to move down also in slow ways. So the dams are very important to contain the pressure of this big waterfalls and then see that the water is distributed to all the other places also where the river is not reaching them. So dams are very important, children. So this is a very important project. The Bakra Nangal project was built on the river Satluj to provide irrigation and to generate hydroelectricity. It is a joint venture of Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan. So so children, the dams, the Bakra Nangal dam is built on the river Satluj and this is helping all the fields there. It helps in irrigation and hydroelectricity. Do you know, children, what is hydroelectricity? The force of the water when it is falling from the river from a height, it can turn a turbine, a machine where electricity can be produced with the help of water. So it is called hydroelectricity. So this current also is given to Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan because the whole dam is helping all these 3 areas where the fields have plenty of water also, so they can grow the crops very well. So children, The Bhakra Nangal project was built on the river Satluj to provide irrigation and generate hydroelectricity. It is a joint venture of Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan. Another project also is known as the Beas project, was jointly undertaken by the above state for the same purpose also. So there was one more dam built on the river Beas. So children, you should learn the spellings and the names of all these rivers and look at the map and see that you are able to get the correct picture from where the water is flowing. Next, we will talk about the Rajasthan plains. The Rajasthan plains covers the Marwar and the adjoining areas to the west of the Aravalis. Yes, it consists a vast stretch of sand dunes. So you can say Rajasthan is mostly a desert area. So most of the part of Rajasthan has completely sand dunes, lot of sand. So you already know that. Who goes on the sands? The camels. Yes, the people also use the camels there for a transport and everything on the sand. So this area is covered completely with sand. There are no plants and trees in the sand area. So what happens? The Bhakra Nangal project and the Beas project were undertaken for the benefits of these plains. So what happens? They do not get water of rivers or anything. It's a dry land. Even rains fall very less. So what happens? They need water to grow some of the crops. This project of the Bhakra Nangal and the Beas project help these places to get water into their state in Rajasthan. And that is how they can at least grow some common crops which are growing there. In this plain, the Looney Basin is formed with alluvial plains. So you can say a small area like thing is formed. It is called Looney Basin. And in this plain, lot of alluvial plants can grow. So crops which are growing in alluvial soil will be growing nicely in this place with the help of the dam projects, the Bhakra Nangal and the Beas project. The water flows into this place, they are able to grow some crops there. Next we will talk about the Ganga Plains. Yes, this is also very important. Everybody know about the river Ganga. You must have seen or heard about Ganga river. The regional between the Satluj in the west and the Brahmaputra in the east is known as the Ganga Plains. It is watered by the river Ganga and its tributaries. Tributary means small forms of Ganga, main Ganga river, small rivers and small streams will all coming and joining through that place. This plain covers most of Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarachal, Bihar and West Bengal. So children, remember these names: Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarachal, Bihar and West Bengal. This is the most fertile plain. So the river Ganga originates in the glaciers called the Gangotri in the Himalayas. So from the top near the Himalayas where the Gangotri starts or the Ganga river starts is called Gangotri area. The river flows into all these places. So children, wherever the Ganga flows, the land is very fertile plains it is called, and lot of crops grow in the fertile plains. The river Ganga originates in the glacier, but it is formed into two streams called the Alkanand and the Bhagirath. Yes, there are two rivers coming from there. It will branch. Alkanand will go in one area and Bhagirath will go to another area. These two head streams unite, means meet in one place called Deva Prayag. So two different rivers will come from Ganga. It will become two parts and they meet at. So children, the two rivers will be, the two head streams unite at Deva Prayag. When the Ganga reaches Haridwar, it becomes very wider. That means up to that time the river might be very thin, but when it reaches the Haridwar, it becomes very wider. Further at Allahabad, the river Yamuna also joins the Ganga. So from another area the Yamuna is going and one side the Ganga is flowing. What happens? In Allahabad, the Ganga and the Yamuna come together or flow together and meet together, you can say. So this is another place which is very important for religious purposes. So when the Ganga reaches Haridwar, it becomes wider. Further at Allahabad, the river Yamuna joins the Ganga as a tributary. As the Ganga flows towards the West Bengal, so from the area on the Himachal side, it is flowing towards the West Bengal. It is joined by other tributary rivers also there. So they are called Gomati, yes, the Gandak, the Ghagra, the Kosi and the Son. Here it is divided into two main streams. Again the river tributaries or small rivers join in one place, and from there again they become two rivers again. So they are the Padma and the Hooghly. The main stream which enters Bangladesh is called the Padma. The other one called the Hooghly flows towards the West Bengal. So the river again have become into two parts. Bangladesh will have Padma river and the other one is called Hooghly. So they go to West Bengal. The Ganga slows down in its movement in the West Bengal. So it is coming with lot of force, but by the time it reaches the West Bengal, the force of the Ganga river slows down. It carries a huge amount of sediment or soil. When it is flowing, it will take away the different type of soils and it will be coming down. That is called sediment. Small islands are formed by each sediment. So you can say when the river is coming, small islands will be formed in the sediment. They are called the deltas. So the area where the whole soil is coming and small islands are formed, this is the delta. A delta is a fan shaped area of land where the river enters a body of standing water. So you can see a big fan like area is there and a river is entering it. The river enters the body of standing water. It is an alluvial soil deposit. So you have a type of soil called alluvial which is getting deposited when in the delta area through the river. So what happens? It is deposit and it looks like a Greek letter formed at the mouth of the river. It is generally triangular in shape. The Sundarban Delta in the West Bengal is the largest delta in the world. So you have heard about the Sundarban children. The Sundarban Delta in West Bengal is the largest delta in the world. So this is what you will be learning about the delta area. Now the Ganga. We will talk about the Ganga. The Ganga is the most sacred river in India. The people of India take to a holy dip in this river on auspicious and festive occasions. I am sure you must have seen this on TV also. Everybody pray to Ganga. Every day there will be aarti and puja going on in Ganga. Many people go to the holy places. They take bath in the river and during festivals and some special occasions, religious places. Such a great river nowadays has become highly polluted. Why? Because it has become, so many people take dip and so many things happen. That is why it has become highly polluted. So this has prompted the government of India to launch an anti-pollution drive to clean the Ganga. I am sure you have heard about this also in the news and you must have seen this also. So they are sending some anti-pollution people so that they can clean up the pollution in the Ganga river. It is known as the Ganga Action Plan. So many of the government people, officials and people have gone there. They are seeing that the Ganga can be cleaned up. And I am sure you must have seen this in the TV also. The Ganga Cleaning Plan or the Ganga Action Plan. So everybody is trying to see that it is not polluted anymore. So this is about Ganga. Now let us talk about the fourth point, the Brahmaputra Plains. The Brahmaputra Plain is confined to Assam. This plain is drained by the Brahmaputra. That means it is gone there, Brahmaputra river. It rises in Tibet, where it is called the Sangpo. From Tibet, it first enters Arunachal Pradesh, where it is called the Dibang. It first enters Arunachal Pradesh, where it is called the Dihang river. Later, it flows into Assam and enters Bangladesh. So you can see this according to the map, children. See how the river Sangpo is going. Then you can see Tibet also. Then you can see the Dihang river also. It flows into Assam and enters Bangladesh. It is very narrow and very low level of plains. So only little land is there. It has a general width of only 90 to 100 kilometers. It is surrounded by high mountains on all the sides except the west direction. The Brahmaputra receives huge inflows resulting in heavy floods and heavy damages during the rainy season. So I am sure you must have heard in the news that Bangladesh is having floods there. Yes, this is because the Brahmaputra has very heavy flows. The land is little smaller. So what happens when land is smaller and lot of water is coming, definitely the water level goes up. So these places receive very heavy floods and heavy damages during the rainy season because rain is also falling and river also has flown up very high. So this is why they have lot of floods. It is a very rich plain with good alluvial soil. This plain is suitable for a variety of crops. However, the main crops of this region are rice and jute. The state of West Bengal is the leading producer of jute in our country. I am sure you have seen, children, jute bags. Yes, the jute mats. So this is produced in West Bengal. Lot of rice and jute is produced in this area, in this country. The jute industry is largely concentrated along the Hooghly River near Kolkata. Tea is also grown in the hill slopes on this area. So in this region there are a lot of hill slopes. So we will have a lot of tea production also growing in Calcutta. Importance of the northern plains. So children, today we are going to learn the importance of all these 4 important areas where a lot of rivers are existing from Himalaya areas. So the northern plains as a geographical factor played an important role in molding the course of history of India and the life culture of its people. The rivers like the Indus, the Ganga, the Brahmaputra, which formed the northern plains, were the cradles of our civilization. So through years and years, these rivers have been flowing from the top and helping the people living there to form a very strong culture and history of India. Being the most fertile territory, so this area is very fertile, good soil. The plains become a center of wealth and population. So when there is very good fertile land, you have lot of farms, you have crops growing, people will go on living there in that area because lot of food is available. So this is the way it is called, because center of wealth and population. They also witness the rise and fall of many empires. So in history, many kinds of people, kings and people have come there, stayed there, they were defeated and they went away. So lot of empires came and lived there. They attracted the attention of foreign invaders also. Even people who came from the foreign countries wanted this land because it was very rich in soil and lot of things grow very well there. So it attracted foreign invaders. As a result, almost all the important and decisive battles of India also took place in these plains. So big battles between the kings and the foreign people and everywhere, big battles have taken place in such area. This is a very important area. They attracted the attention of so many people. So big cities like Delhi, yes, it is very famous. Delhi, Agra, Allahabad, Varanasi, Patna, etc. came into existence. So these places were very important and became very famous. Today we will talk about the important points to remember from this whole place. Northern plains, today we have done this. The northern plains lie between the Himalayas and the plateau region. The northern plains are divided into 4 categories: the Punjab and the Haryana plains, the Rajasthan plains, the Ganga plain and the Brahmaputra plain. So children, today you are learning about the northern part of our country, India. So what do we learn today? Children, go through the whole part again. Learn the names of the rivers and the mountains, from where it flows, to which place it is flowing, to which state it is going. And please write down this point, that is very important. Look at the map and try to find out exactly where the river originated and from down where it is reaching to the West Bengal, how it is reaching, through which states it is reaching. This is very important for you to understand the map pointing about the northern plains. So take a map and practice that. That is very important for you to learn the rivers names and the state names and through which place it is going through. The name, different names, why is it important, what type of soil is there, what is growing in that state. This is very important for you to understand, children. So Sundarbans, I think you have heard about the Sundarbans in the West Bengal. If you can, you should try to visit that. The Sundarban is the largest delta area. So you will come to know some extra points, children, about the Ganga, Yamuna, all the Brahmaputra and rivers. The Gangetic plain has alluvial soil, very, very important. It is very important for rice, wheat and all these type of crops. And plenty of food grows in such areas where the rivers are coming from the top, from the Himalayas. So children, go through the whole lesson again and try to answer the question. Where do the northern plains lie? What is the extent of the northern plains? What are the important rivers that drain the northern plains? What are the different parts of the northern plains? So, where does the Ganga river start? So, children, go through the lesson again and try to answer the questions and the blanks, trying to go through the lesson, do the map pointing and follow the lesson. Thank you, children.